Ladies and gentlemen, thank you once again for tuning in to another episode of Generational Wrestling Podcast. As always, is yours truly, the 28-year-old piece of gold, the franchise, aka the showstopper, better known as the GOW's resident tribal chief. And with me, as always, I got my tag team partner, my brother, my family. He is the flyest in the room, Mr. 1, 2, 3. Pin that ass down, K Breezy, aka EC's resident Isaac Hayes, King Too Cold in the building. What's good, bro?
Man, nothing much, man. We doing what we do, man. Man, talking to the people, going over this. Well, I ain't even really a review show. It's more of just we're just gonna talk about what happened and just give our thoughts. But uh, yeah, man. Ready to do the show, man. We couldn't do it last night, but we're gonna do it right now for you people. And Leo, man, what's good with your brother? Yeah,
What
man.
up,
So let's get this
Leo?
let's get this going.
All right, man. So we're gonna start off with SmackDown first. At the very beginning of the opening of the show, we had a Roman Reigns Brock Lesnar recap, and then of course, man, we got the Usos. They came out. They gave props to the New Day. Giving the New Day their much deserved due. And of course, man, and when you think of the tag team division, you and I, we've said this several times. We feel like the New Day, the Usos, the Wyatts, the Shield, they really, really made the tag team scene relevant, at least in this current era. Because for a long time, WWE, man, they really didn't know what to do with the tag teams,
Yeah.
especially when you consolidated both Raw and SmackDown. You kind of had just one big show, just happened to be on 2 different days. It really suffered until these guys came into the fold. But anywho, speaking of tag teams, man, so the New Day, they will announce the 4 tag teams to compete to be the #1 contenders. You got
Usos.
Angel. Yeah, you got Angel and Humberto. You got Cesaro Mansoor, which is a random tag team. Didn't even know they were a tag team. You got Jinder Mahal and Shanky. Then, of course, you got the Viking Raiders, which sets up our first match of the night, the Fatal 4-Way with all 4 teams. The Viking Raiders ended up winning, which would place them and solidify them as the #1 contenders for the tag team championships. Too cold. Do we see the Viking Raiders being the ones to take the SmackDown chips off the Usos?
Um. Let me start back at the beginning. So you were talking about the lack of tag teams for a certain point in time. The
Yeah.
Mansoor and Cesaro matchup or team up is kind of the thing that WWE's been really doing a lot. Even though you've had the tag teams, you've gotten a lot of these mixed tag teams that just happening randomly just teamed together. So that's
Yeah.
kind of the new formula, for how they do tag teams instead of just establishing the established tag teams. But hey, what do I know? Here's a thoughts on the news: Seth Rollins possibly defeating Roman and taking the title back to Raw. Uh, we'll get to that. We'll get to that. Bring that back up. Remember that. We're gonna talk about that later. Um, but as far as the tag team division, what you saw is that's all they really have, and that's
Hmm.
the sad part about it. It's the fact that when you think, well, damn, who do they got on their roster that's a legit team? And even though Carrillo and Garza are becoming more of a team, and they've been kind of doing something, but then they just been sitting and chilling and catering for a while, like a little bit
Right,
lately.
right.
You know, um, the Viking Raiders seem like the obvious choice. Just really being honest. So they won, which they should. They're former Raw Tag Team champions, and they were dominating Raw Tag Team champions. So it makes sense that you got to put that, you got to get that new flavor. And I don't. I think we did get the Viking Raiders versus the Usos when they were on Raw, but no one liked that version of the Usos. And
Right.
this version of the Viking Raiders, they seem to be more, even though they are still the Viking Raiders, but they are having a lot more matches. They're doing a lot more in the ring. So I think they can really do something with them. I mean, we saw what they did with the Street Profits. Regardless if you liked it or not, you saw what the entertainment side that the Viking Raiders can kind of bring. So with a team
Right.
like the Usos, you can expect some shenanigans, but I believe you definitely will get a really really great match out of these two teams, especially like I say, the Viking Raiders. This is the type of thing they need. They need to be in the thick of the competition, and the Usos and New Day, they need competition. So uh, I actually don't have a problem with this setup. If it's for the Rumble, and I hope it's for the Rumble. And if that's the case, then look, do I see them winning? Let's wait. We'll wait till we get to our predictions, and I'll let you know then.
Next up, man. So we get a segment. We get one of several segments with Sonya Deville and Naomi. And then after this, man, we get random Shield highlights. And then, of course, after this, we get another segment. This time we get Sami Zayn, of course, him and Johnny Knoxville and his whole conspiracy, blah, 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 blah. And then, of course, we get Rick Boogs coming out. Him and Shinsuke Nakamura, they ended up attacking Zayn. And after this, so, bro, 2 gold. Now, normally I would skip this, but something, man, just don't sit right in my spirit, man. Something that's sizzling in my spirit, and it's kind of irritating me. I love Natalya, but I feel like Natalya for the longest has been relegated to like that Dolph Ziggler role in the women's division. Long story short, man, they had
she's been there. I don't mean to cut you off. Natalya has been there. She has been in that position. She's not. It's not even the Dolph Ziggler's position. It's the Natalya's position, because that's what she's been since she's been in WWE. You got to think about that. Yeah. Natalya's been that way always. They let her get her shine every now and then, but it's never been for a long time. I think the tag team championships was the longest reign she's actually had. She might have actually had a longer reign with one of the singles championships, but I really think the tag team championships is her longest reign. So, but she's kind of always been. She's been the Natalya for the women. Dolph Ziggler was the Dolph Ziggler for the men. Natalya was Natalya for the women's side.
Well, they had her, her and Aaliyah in the backstage segment. Natalya, she had, a Guinness Book of World Records saying how, she was a Guinness World Record holder. Then, so her and Aaliyah, they go out to the ring to have a match, and that Aaliyah ended up pinning Natalya. Don't quote me here, but I believe it's 3.7 seconds. But anyway, somehow she ended up having the quickest match victory in WWE history. And I'm like, man, bro, like, I know we complain about how the main roster utilizes NXT talent. I get it.
Mm-hmm.
I guess you could say they're trying to push Aaliyah, or they've been given like little spurts of pushing. But man, bro, okay, I'm not really sure. Am I looking too much into it for feeling kind of pissed off that it had to happen to Natalya of all people? Consider her legacy and her lineage.
No. Because what have they ever done with Natalya that was really legit serious that people gave a damn outside of the stuff with her dad? And I think that right there is probably about the most serious they ever really done with Natalya. For her to get this victory over Natalya, and for Natalya to take this loss like this, it's nothing new from what she's been doing. She's been taking losses from these type of green wrestlers. So it's not new. It's not shocking. I'm more surprised that you're this upset about it than anything.
Like, I'm not upset that she lost. I'm upset at how she lost.
That's my point. I'm more confused why you're that upset over something she's been doing for years. They've been playing Natalya like this for years, dude. This is nothing new. It's to the point where the sadness, I guess for me, it just doesn't hit like you. Like, it's like, I know what I don't disagree with you, but it's like, bro, you should know this by now. Why are you so upset?
He's like, dude, where have you been?
Like, what have you been watching all this time, man? Like, this is nothing new, man. This is what they do. The fact that they talked about it should have let you know they was about to go out there and they was about to beat the record. So it's like, all right, this is what they finna do tonight. All right, okay, yeah, they did it. All right, what's next? So that's just me, but I feel what you're saying as far as Natalya. We know how legit she is, but hey, man, it is what it is. Franchise LA. Wait a minute, go back. What
I thought you saw it. My bad.
He's a franchise LA. Like he started watching WWE a year ago. Right, Leo. Like, where have you been, bro? What product have you been watching?
Bro, I've been living in denial for the last 29 years.
Hey, man, oh my God, man. I'm sorry, bro. Did you not remember the Divas era? Shit.
Oh man, no. wow. Those,
Yeah.
you know, what's crazy. Now that I think about that, bro, I feel so odd that I used to watch some of the matches with my dad. Like I can't imagine like me and Gabe sitting here watching Sasha Banks and
In a
Gail
pillow
Kim and
match.
Braun panties match. Yeah, and it being
The pillow
okay,
match.
like it being okay. Like the fact that my grandma used to walk past and I used to watch it. You know, that's a strong Christian Southern woman. I'm surprised she ain't never turned that shit off.
Probably smack
I
y'all
mean,
upside the head.
you know, but then again, this is the same product that had Kane electrocute Shane McMahon's nuts on TV. But anywho, that's neither here nor there.
Triple H humped a dead girl in the casket. I mean, come on.
Oh, that's not funny, but damn,
I mean, come on, dude.
KDP.
I mean, DX came out in blackface and imitated, like, dude, come on. Are you serious? They had Mexicans coming out. They had Mexicans coming out in lawnmowers. Like, come
Dude,
on,
hey,
bro.
first of all, hey,
Like,
I will never
what?
understand. I would never understand to this day how the hell they got away with the Mexicoo's gimmick, bro. I will never
Hey,
understand
bro.
that shit.
Hey, they did. They did. That's the response.
I was
How did you
like,
get away with it? Because we did. That's just it.
hey, a serious question. I know we're in the middle of this, but I do have a question for you, and I think this is a legit one. Do
Man,
you
the show
think
was trash, dude. Go ahead. Go ahead
Hey,
with your question. Like the show was that great anyway. Shit.
do you think Vince McMahon or WWE
Ooh,
would ever get canceled? And when I say I'm not, well, you know, I'm not gonna say
no,
WWE. Do you think
no.
Vince McMahon himself will ever get canceled? Because you know people love to cancel and me too these days.
If it have, I'm gonna be honest. If it hasn't happened by now, I'm gonna say no.
Okay.
I'm just gonna say that, man. As far as how they've been coming at people, I mean, with all the stuff we've seen, with all the
Yeah.
stuff we have seen on
Yeah.
WWE programming, okay. I mean, especially when Vince was going through his little thing where Linda was comatose and he was with Trish and all that, like bro, like and then the strip tease with Stacy Keibler in the middle of the ring. I mean, come
Right.
on, man. If I mean
Sable.
Tori Wilson, oh my
Yeah.
God, like dude,
Yeah.
that's what was the shower scene, like bro,
Oh yeah. Yeah. They remember Trish
if
Stratus and Shelton
oh my
Benjamin.
bro, and so oh my God, look, dude. So again,
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
if
Yeah.
all we've seen, okay, and we haven't seen everything, but for what we've seen, if he has not gotten, if he ain't got that quarter on it by now, I don't think he get it. I don't think he get it. I'm gonna say no. I'm gonna say no. He good.
And,
He
and,
good.
and for the record, man, hey, it was what it was, man. I love that. Hey, it was wild back then, man. But I love it. I
It
love it. Hey,
was, man. It was
I say
fun. It
bring
was
some of it back.
fun.
You know.
Yes, was it stereotypical? Hell yeah, it was. There is no doubt about it. But that's just how the country. I mean, but that's how black people look at white people. That's how white people look at black people. That's how everybody else look at Mexicans. That's how everybody else look at Jews. That is not to say that's the exact, but that was the stereotypical way of thinking, and they found a way to use it, and they had an audience, and that's why that era of wrestling was so controversial, but it was so appealing because and it brought in the audience. That's why you have the people that loves the entertainment side of it more than the wrestling. That's why WWE can hang their hat on what they're doing now is because it's not for the longest. It hasn't really been great wrestling. You've had great wrestlers come in and out. You've had some great matches, but it's never was on a consistent basis. It was always about the the entertainment, the storyline. Oh my God, what shocking thing they're doing now. But then as time went on, it got more kid friendly, but yet everything they were still doing it, but it was just so lame. And
Yeah.
now it's where it's at now, where now they're trying to be a little bit, but they're so embedded by the soccer moms and little kids that
Yeah.
I don't think. Well, do we need that type? Not necessarily to the degree. You can leave out some of the stereotypical, but I think you can let people be free and just be themselves. Now,
Yeah.
and then there's a difference when someone's doing something and they're doing it genuinely compared to some 60, 70, 80-year old white man that don't know jack shit about oppression. I mean, I'm sorry, man. Vince McMahon don't know what it feels like to be discriminated. All right, as an old white man like that, you can't tell me you know what it feels like to be discriminated. So it's hard for him to really tell people of others that, yo, man, this is what you should act like when you can. That's different because that's
Keep
what
talking,
it
bro. Keep
was back
talking.
then.
Keep talking.
Yeah, but that is different because that's what it was. It was what he felt you look like or what you sound like, or not so much him, but maybe the other people who were working around him. But now, if people had more of a freedom to kind of like the kind of the Bray Wyatt kind of freedom, where you kind of come out the way he did, and the way he evolved from being Husky Harris to the cult leader Bray Wyatt, the Eater of Worlds, and that, and then the Fiend. You want that type of creativity from your
Right.
wrestler or from your entertainer, and you don't want to handcuff it. But it's a different thing when someone's telling you this is what you need to do. When it's like it's kind of demeaning. And it's like no, like I can understand you want me to be hip, you want me to be black, or you want me to be Puerto Rico, or you want me to be Indian, you want me to be whatever culture I am, but you shouldn't be telling me how to be what I am. Let me be what I am, and we can
Right.
work
Right.
together to make it better. But that's not how it works in WWE. But I think it could work now. Uh, but you gotta let the people have more creativity freedom in their character. You can give them ideas and then find a way to make it work and not just be so stereotypical. At least that's what
Well,
I think.
speaking of somebody, man, who's been in many controversial storylines and who's lived through that era and still look good doing it, man, for the first time in over 20 years back on SmackDown, we get the return of WWE Hall of Famer, former WWE Women's Champion. We get Lita, bro. First of all, I want to say I always enjoy Lita coming back. Second off, man, I love Trish Stratus and I love her theme song. But bro, Lita to me, her whole entrance, bro, just be getting me hyped. Like, so you hear that dun, 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 dun. And she be coming out and she be whipping her hair. She be getting lit with it. I'm like, yeah, bro. Like seeing Lita come back is definitely cool as hell, man. And bro, like she still looks good. If I didn't say that already. But dude, okay, so she comes out and
Yeah,
she comes out and she tells the crowd, like, hey, yo, man, like, it feels good to be back. The crowd chanting her name. She's saying it doesn't get old. And she's reminiscing and she's like, you know what? I
she
feel like
should.
I feel like I got one more good run left in me. I don't know how long, I don't know how short, but I got one more good run in me. Now, the one thing she said that kind of was like, okay, they had to tell you to say this because it wasn't true. She said that there was not a Royal Rumble back in her day, which was true. But
Which
she's
was
making it
true.
sound like but it was true, but she made it sound like she never competed in a Royal Rumble, period, which she did. She competed in the very first women's Royal Rumble.
Well. That's true, but I don't think that was her point. I think her point was there was no Royal Rumble when it was in her prime. There was no Royal Rumble when you had Ivory, Molly Holly, Lita, Jazz, Victoria, Mickey James.
Mhm.
There was no Women's Royal Rumble when they were. Now,
Right,
if you put Lita from then, Lita will probably be a two-time Royal Rumble winner.
right, right,
Be
right.
honest with it. You would have a couple of women that definitely will become bigger stars, but I that's what I took from it. Like, yeah,
Mhm.
obviously she competed in the first ever one, but Lita wasn't competing. She wasn't, an active wrestler. She was a Hall of Famer. She was retired. She was
True.
just
That's true.
appearing. She was just appearing like Trish and all the other women because this was the first ever women's Royal Rumble. So of course you got
Right,
to have
right.
your Hall of Fame women come and join in, but I when she said that, I understood that was, if there was one back in, 98, 99, 2000, 2001, when her and, and Trish and all them were coming up, Jazz and Jacqueline and all of them, when they were coming in and they were the shit. Like they were, hey, yo, in China, like they was the shit. Those are the women
Yeah.
that was getting it down. So if they had a Royal Rumble, it didn't even have to be a 30 women Royal Rumble. You could have did a 15 women Royal Rumble. You had about 15 women you could put in a Royal Rumble match where you knew only probably about probably really good, about good. I say 8 of them were legit for winning it. But you could do, you could do something with it, man. But they didn't think of it then. It wasn't thought of to be done then. And if Lita or Trish or any of them could have got in that while in their prime and not
Mhm.
retired Hall of Famers, then it would be a different story because they would be the benchmarks for what these women would do now.
Now, after she said that, you got the queen. The queen
Right.
came out and she had a little something to say. Now, I will say this: I am intrigued at the idea of one more run for Lita. I love Lita, but it's crazy because like with Lita, what she retired, what was that? Her and Trish had a match in what, '07? So we
I think
looking at
06,
what?
07, yeah.
Yeah, so we looking at 15 years now. So my thing is, I love Lita. I seen Lita for the majority of her career, but that was still so long ago. So to see
Yeah.
Lita and knowing what she was back then, and to see she still looks like she can go, I'm intrigued. And then to see how they did it with the queen of all eras, right? With Charlotte and Trish. I felt like with Trish being gone as long as she came back. I felt like she had a pretty decent match with Charlotte, all things considering. So then you talk about, with Lita with Lita and Trish, excuse me,
But for
you
that, but for I'm sorry, man, for the Trish and Flair, it was more of like The Rock and Brock Lesnar. It was just that one person that was just really that shit just put. Even though Flair is already there, but or if you want to think of it, Hogan and Rock. Okay, and you put it
mhm,
like that person that is like, oh man, that's Trish Stratus, and it's like, yeah, that's Charlotte Flair, but bro, that's Trish Stratus, yo.
right,
That's
right, right.
TNA right there all day. So yeah, her having that match and Charlotte winning, I felt like that was more of what that was.
Let me ask you this. Okay, so we find out if Charlotte wins the Rumble, she gets to choose her mania opponent. Charlotte talking her talk. Long story short, Lita hits her with a twist of fate. Now, speaking of Trish, we all know, man, Trish is beloved by everybody, right? Trish Stratus is kind of put up on this pedestal. But do we feel like, I feel like, to me personally, I feel like people acknowledge how great Lita is and what she's meant to the business and everything like that. But to me, uh, I feel like she's still underrated. I feel like, people look at her and Trish as 1A, 1B, but I feel like for Trish is still kind of held at a certain level as opposed to Lita. What do you think, man? Do you think Lita gets the respect she deserves, or do you feel like hey, it is what it is? Like people view her in the way that you believe she should be viewed. I think she's a lot better than what she necessarily gets credit for.
I feel there's no 1A, 1B. They're just simply tied.
Mm,
You got to take into account that Lita had a little bit of acrobatic kind of background, so flipping and shit is her thing. And then you just added wrestling. I mean, the moonsault was her finishing move. I mean, that was really it. It wasn't really much else to it. She go to the top rope and then she do a moonsault. Um, her in ring work got better over the years. Trish was a valet. She was a manager. Her ring work got better over the years. And by the time it got towards the end of their careers, they had both established each other as something that fans respected the most out of. And that was watching two non really great wrestlers evolve and develop and become so much of an impact for that women's division because you love Lita or you love Trish. You might have loved them both, but you always love one more than the other, or you will sometimes root for them. So the fact that we got a heel Trish and a babyface Lita, or a heel Lita and a babyface Trish or
Right.
whatever. But the fact that by the time they got to that retirement match for Trish, and you know, they were the elite. They were the
Right.
elite. You
Literally,
had
yeah.
to like that's why when that's what people kind of hated about the Divas division because it was like some of them women just wasn't getting it. And not only were they not getting it, but WWE wasn't doing the same thing with them. And you know, you weren't grooming them. You was really making them more for entertainment purposes. You just happen to have them do little sexy things in their little divas matches. But when I
Right.
like when you had Mickey James and Victoria come in, you were on a roll. Like you was bringing in, okay, these are younger crop, these are younger women. They're gonna come in. They're gonna be the new faces. The new Mickey James. Literally, Mickey James was basically served to you on a golden platter. Like
Hmm.
she pretty much was the new Trish, but a little bit more experience at a younger age. Where Trish, it took her a minute to get where she was. Where Mickey James had been wrestling in OVW and developing and had that time. So you know, for her to come in and start the story that she did with Trish, and then that developed to what it was to WrestleMania when Mickey James beat Trish Stratus, and
Right.
yo, and she was hot and she was sexy and she was crazy and she could whoop your ass and she could win and she was a champion. So that's the respect that I feel Trish and Lita have is that we watched them when they were bad until they were really great. And they fought all types of different people and the women that they fought were women that were better at them at one point in time and then as time went on they were just as good. So
Right.
when you saw the matches, you it was worth it, and it's just now we get more of an emphasis on these women's matches. They main event the shows, they main event the pay per views. They get the specialty matches that we've never seen women do before. And AEW, WWE, whatever. But we getting all that now, and that's and like the ruthless aggression episode basically tells all that. So. Uh, as far as to answer your question, I don't feel like it's 1A, 1B. I feel like it's tied. They're just boom. They're those two. That's Rock and Austin. Like for the female division, that's Rock and Austin. Like some people say it was Austin. Some people say it was Rock. Some people say it was Austin. It's right there. Right there for them too.
Next up, bro, we get Sheamus versus Ricochet. One, I hate Ricochet's new theme. I just want to put that out there. Super mid.
Man.
Sheamus ended up winning via brogue kick. All right, then next up, man. So we get Sonya Deville again and Adam Pearce. They for the whole night, man. They kept complaining about this hot yada 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 yada. Earlier in the show, Sonya Deville pretty much told Naomi like, "Hey, as long as I got this jacket on, you can't touch me. As long as I got this jacket on, I'm your boss." So we had Sonya Deville take off her jacket. In comes Naomi. Soon as Naomi comes in, magically Adam Pearce comes back. But hey, you know what? This is what we get. So Naomi's biggest gripe was, "Hey, I would have won against Charlotte Flair until you interfered." Adam Pearce says, "You know what? Next week, you and Charlotte Flair running back for the SmackDown Women's Championship." Now, of course, it's WWE. You know, Naomi's not going to win next week. Charlotte's going to win. But are you tired of this Naomi Sonya Deville angle already?
Oh
Because
yes,
the whole
yes,
internet community is tired of it.
yes,
And I didn't realize this. I believe this has been going on since August.
yes. But it's been going
I
on since
didn't.
August, but it hasn't done anything. Like Naomi's gotten really no get back whatsoever. And it's not like
Yeah.
they've been doing like there was a moment in time where they didn't do nothing for like 3 weeks. There's
Yeah.
a couple of times where it was like 2 or 3 weeks and you didn't see or hear from anything from any of them. And they didn't do anything. So it's like it was a it was a start and go kind of thing and it went nowhere. And I, man, it was just terrible, man. The whole taking off the jacket thing, I get it, but that was kind of corny. It was corny,
Yeah. Yeah.
um, because we knew, that Sonya Deville, made it clear that as long as she's in general manager mode or whatever, you know, Naomi can't touch her. So the whole literal, I mean, yeah, you could say, well, she took her jacket off, so Naomi, whooped her ass, and I get it from that standpoint, but at the same time, it's like, and I was like, I don't care, and I don't care because they've done nothing with this story, man. It's been Sonya Deville just crap, and I hate WWE's booking of the villain wins all the time. The good guy can't get no wins, but they get no win. But how are they good enough to fight for stuff? Like man, like, like
The simple, hey, the everlasting question: how?
how man, how not
How,
who, but
Sway?
how man.
How?
But the rivalry is still there's no excitement for it. Okay, you finally give us the match. Sonya Deville is gonna find some way to cheat out of it. Naomi may win, but even when she wins, it's like, eh, okay, thank you. Is it over? Is it over? Okay, good. But now her and Charlotte, cool. I'm cool because it's her and Charlotte. It's Naomi
Right.
going in with somebody that she's got to step her game up with. I'm okay with that. All right, step your game up, Naomi. The people have been asking for you. The people have been petitioning to see more of you. They've been asking WWE why they don't put you out there. Show the people why the folks have been doing this for you and do what you do. The
Right.
match she had with Charlotte last week was pretty good. She almost would have won. Could she and considering this next match is going to be for the championship, like you said, I don't really see her beating her. But if she ended up beating Charlotte and becoming a three-time SmackDown
Yeah.
Women's Champion, which you got to make sure to say that because some people forget she's a two-time SmackDown Women's Champion. So again, uh, that aspect of it, I'm good with, but the Sonya Deville part, eh, eh, uh, let's keep it pushing.
Right. So next up, man, we get Kofi versus Madcap Moss. Apparently Xavier Woods, he's out with the injury. Man, the New
Yeah.
Day, Jesus Christ, man, they stay taking injuries. But anyway, man,
Dude, they've been
much
wrestling. They've been wrestling all these crazy ass matches with the Usos for like the last month.
yeah,
Like
yeah,
you knew
yeah.
obviously, and Kofi was even out, but even Xavier was doing all the wrestling. And so obviously, yeah, he's gonna get injured. But I think there was a nice little plan for Xavier in the Royal Rumble. So that's a bit of a downer that he's injured and that he's not going to be a part of that. I think they were going to. I don't know if he would have won. He might have. I don't know if he would have. That would have been kind of interesting if he would have won. But something was in the works for Xavier, and it was going to happen, I guess, or start at the Royal Rumble.
And then finally, man, to wrap up SmackDown, we ended up
Keep
having
talking.
the tribal chief. We ended up having Roman Reigns, the excuse me, the Universal Champion, and then of course we got that boy man Seth freaking Rollins, and they closed out the show, and it was cool, man. It was cool to see them, air the previous highlights of the Shield. Back when it was all three of them, even though it was funny because most of the packages they showed, they either left Dean out or they just didn't mention them at all. And then, of course, so we had them all, the Seth and Roman come down to the ring. And then, boy, man, Roman and Seth, they definitely were sending shots to each other. Roman says he's in God mode right now. He says, the shield is beneath him. And I like what Seth Rollins said. Seth Rollins pretty much, brought to light the fact that, hey, you good now. But remember when we first started out, I was the guy. You was the one that was playing catch up. I created you. I can end you. And he also said, I was climbing that ladder back when you was riding the bench in the Canadian Football League. So he was like, don't get ahead of yourself. And these two, man, they sent some pretty stiff shots. And Roman said, hey, look, if I wanted to face a megastar from Raw, you're not even the biggest star in your household. If I want to main event a match, it'd be with your wife. And I'm like, okay, Roman talking that talk now. But hey,
I go fight the man.
okay.
That's what he said. I go fight the man.
I'm liking this. I'm liking this. It was unexpected. But so from what I hear, and the rumors are that Seth Rollins is scheduled to win and take a belt to SmackDown by Mania. Now we're still going to get we're going to get Roman and Brock, but then the question is, as far as the Rumble goes, where do you see Lashley fitting in that equation? I know we're talking about Roman and Seth right now, but I feel like there's so many moving pieces and so many things that's interchangeable. Let's stick with this Roman and Seth first. Tuco, man, do you see Seth Rollins possibly dethroning Roman Reigns, or how do you see this match ending up, even if Seth loses? Do you think it's a clean victory? You think somebody gets involved? How do you see WWE, man, finalizing this situation?
Well, with Seth Rollins being who he is now, I could just see him, taking advantage to win. But with Roman being who he is now, it's going to be it makes it actually more interesting because they're both heels.
Yeah,
Technically, they're both heels. So, uh, with that, you gotta try to figure, okay, who's going to get the advantage, who's going to get the cheat off first, and you can say Seth, you can say Roman. As far as the promo and what they had to say, that was I expected that from them too. If anything less would have been terrible. I would have been disappointed. Like it's like that's the at least where you better have started off and then went from. You better not have
right.
dropped after that. So no, they did what they were supposed to do, and I mean, but the thing about it is the one thing about these promos you're starting to get now that I'm starting to notice is you're starting to get more of that real life. You're not getting that, hokey dokey, scripted bullshit that they've been giving you. You're
Right.
hitting on real points when it comes to people with history. So to know that Seth and of course obviously know that Seth and Roman got history, and for one of for them to know something that we don't about the other, or make light of something that we knew but kind of probably forgot about. So uh, they did what they needed to do there. Seth's acrobatic escape from the Usos when they decided to come out. I guess that was Seth showing he's still the architect, which is cool in a way. But um, do I see Seth beating Roman though? I could see that. Is it time for another Seth Rollins championship run? If he's about to go back to being the workhorse in a way, just constantly, putting on great matches with people, then yeah, I'm for it. I actually don't have a problem with it. It's been a minute since I've been seeing Seth with a championship. Um, he's been, trying to put people over, but WWE keep releasing people or, stop pushing people. So there's only so much that man could do. It'd be interesting to see what happens with Kevin Owens. Uh, I'm pretty sure something could come, if he takes the title back to Raw. But I don't know, man. It's I don't know with them changing plans because of injuries,
What up, bro?
and not having enough people. Um, I mean, cause think about it, man. It's like Roman needs to fight somebody. Well, shit, there ain't nobody on SmackDown worthy, and the one guy that was worthy, he's out injured, so we can't use him. So we gotta go get a guy from Raw and have him come back over after the draft, to fight Roman Reigns because this is all we got. So, um, yeah, man, it was what it was, but it's Seth Rollins, is Roman Reigns. It's this version of these two we definitely want to see go up against each other. So that's a plus, and that definitely brings some intrigue for the match.
Tuco, now that we got SmackDown out of the way, my guy, it is time to go to your side of the tracks and talk a little AEW, man.
Man, look, so we're gonna run through this real quick, man. So this is Rampage, man. Nothing too serious happened. You had Adam Cole going up against Trent Beretta. Trent looked pretty good, man. We haven't seen Trent in a while. Of course he was out. He come back recently, but it was good to see him take some bumps. He's obviously, still getting used to the bumps, but yet, or he's really just good at selling, taking them and and showing, he's still kind of a little, nervous about that, that neck surgery and stuff that spine surgery that he had, because he wants to do what he loves doing, and he, hey, I could totally respect it. But him and Adam Cole had a pretty good match. Nothing too crazy. Cole got the victory. The crowd did the boom when Adam Cole hit the boom on them. So they're starting the crowd. They're starting to take. And but that's AEW, man. You always gonna get that great fan participation, and uh, that's always great. What did you think of this match, man? Before we move on.
Man, I thought it was a pretty good match. I like the storytelling in the match. I mean, Trent, like I said, ever since he's come back from that injury, man, my boy then got jacked. It's smooth, man, smooth in the ring. You can never go wrong with Adam Cole, baby. I like the little broad, and of course you got Britt Baker. Her, Chris Statlander, dude. I really want to fuck the bullshit. I know this match is about Adam Cole and Trent. I really want to see Britt Baker and Chris Statlander. I mean, Chris was on her way before she got hurt, and then Britt kind of took the mantle like she was gonna do anyway. But I'm ready to see my doctor go one-on-one with my alien. But to answer your question though, this match is good. Hey, shout out, man, to Trent. But I need to see this intergalactic, this interspecies battle go down. In the words of the great T.I., expeditiously.
Expeditiously. All right, man. So we got Sean Spears. He beat down on some jobber named Everett. Then he cut a nice little promo, man. Something that he needed to do, something he kind of needed. We haven't really seen from him. It kind of really, opened our eyes a little bit to who he is. He's more of a mercenary. He's not a joke, but he's serious. But at the same time, he's still Sean Spears. So we'll see where they go with it afterwards. Next, then we got the this. Okay, so you needed to shoot. You needed to get something off your chest.
Hell yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, the floor is franchises as we are getting ready to talk about the Max Caster video. Franchise, can you let the people know what your thoughts are, sir?
All right, so I've been giving the Acclaimed their respected wrestlers because you know what? They've proved something to me. But then I said something so long ago that rings true today, and that guy, Max Caster, is nothing more than a fucking speaker on a mic over fucking music. Okay.
Damn.
Dude.
You brought him back down some more.
Bro, let me tell you, Tony Khan, I love you. But there has been word that AEW is going to drop a hip-hop compilation for Black History Month. Now, I ain't saying nothing, but please don't reduce us to beats and instrumentals with these whack-ass motherfuckers, okay? These motherfuckers do not represent me, and people like me who like rap and who are black do not have these motherfuckers be the face of AEW on Black History Month. Don't you fucking do it, okay? Because one, they fucking suck, and two, they fucking suck, okay? Now, this whole music video with Stang, as he called him, dude, the video was trash. It was ass. The bars were super ass. Stop it. I give Max Caster his little pass when he comes out to the ring and he drops his little two-liners. Okay, I get that. But as far as full-fledged fucking music videos, you ain't Kevin Gates. Sit the fuck down. All right? You like a black Weird Al Yankovic. And you know what? I ain't gonna do Weird Al like that. Because Weird Al can actually fucking rap. You sit your ass down, take them stupid fake-ass Dre beats off, and you sit your ass down. You go get you a Walkman. You go get you some motherfucking Wu-Tang on the cassette. You pop that bitch in and you learn how to do some real lyrical rapping. You feel me? All right. Now, with that being said, you go listen to Queen Latifah and you think about your heritage and your history. Go listen to some Nas, some Meth, some Red, some DMX. You feel me? Hey, John Cena was better than you, motherfucker. And that's on trademark. Kevin Smith says that beat was hard. That beat was hard, but guess what? Caster fucking sucks. What's a good beat with a fucking terrible rapper? A good beat with a terrible... He ain't even a rapper, you fucking speaker of words. Yeah. Tony Khan, don't you back this bullshit. I will at you on Twitter. Don't you do that. I know how you feel when people talk about the product. I talk about Max Caster. Oh, come on. Hey, Sean Rossap, put me in the blog. Let's go. By the way, franchise 216 on Spotify. Fuck what he talk about. If you're confused, it's the one with the blue verification check. I'm sorry.
No. You made it very clear. You made it very clear you had to get something off your chest. And I knew when I saw what I saw, yeah, my boy got to get something off his chest. So I'm just going to sit back and let my man say what he got to say. Hey, man, you grown ass man. I can't. Who am I to tell a grown ass man what he can say? You say
Hey
what you
man,
say,
you
bro.
know, like I said, I like them as a tag team, but we got to
You say
stop
what you
this
say.
shit. We got to stop this. We got to stop this.
Oh, oh man.
No,
Oh,
no, no,
that was
no, no,
that was
no.
beautiful. That was beautiful, man. That was beautiful. He said, you speaker on speaker of word, like speaker of words, like that. You was giving them word, you was giving them talker over beats. You was giving them beats. You at least he was up the beat, like he was putting them over beats. Damn, you have brought them back down. Ooh,
I mean,
wow,
I
man.
had to, man. I had to. I had
Wow,
to.
man.
I mean, my
Wow.
whole thing is, stick to the liners, man. Don't you come out here with no full song and put out that bullshit and then got the nerve to represent the whole race of the United Negroes of America. Don't you do that shit. God damn it. I'm going to speak for my people. Let this
Okay.
beige ass do that to us.
Okay. I got the
Hey, for the family. Hey, we only get 28 days, sometimes 29. You ain't about to do that to us.
Oh shit. Oh shit. Okay.
Get the coldest fucking
Uh,
month of the year. You want
all
to
right.
debut this bullshit.
Okay. Okay. So let me ask you this. All
I'm
right.
sorry.
Let me ask you
I'm
this.
done.
Let
I'm
me
done.
ask.
I'm done.
No, I don't know. After what I asked you, we're gonna see. Okay. We're gonna rate which one you love, which one you hated the most. And I think
All
I
right.
know which one, but I'm just gonna say it. I'm just gonna say it for the people
Yeah.
and just for my own amusement, because I just want to hear your answer. And I want the people's answer too. For everybody who's watching, I
Yeah.
want your answer
Yeah.
too. Which one was the worst video? Hey hey, ho ho, or this?
I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna say
Or the
this.
second or the second song they did, whichever one you want to put in.
No, I'm gonna say this one, and this is why. Okay, so with the hey hey ho ho, you knew what that was, right? Like, okay, come on, man. We know the Miz is the furthest thing from fucking hip hop as possible. Okay, we understood what that was. Okay, nothing about fucking Mike Mazzana says hip hop. Now John Morrison with the whole Johnny drip drip. I can see I can see Johnny Morrison with a bad little brownie. You feel me? I can see it. I can see John. I can see Johnny Impact up here. You know what I'm saying? His split leg and moonsaults at the barbecue on 79th. I can see my boy
Hell
doing
no,
parkour.
hell no. Not on 29.
I can see my boy doing parkour in the hood, jumping away over
Wow.
cars from the popo. I can see, but when you got Max Caster, and you got Anthony Bowen, and my boy coming out here, you know what I'm saying. And the thing is, he really think he's a fucking rapper. That's the thing. It's a difference when you know and you just having fun, and when you're trying to make this a career occupation on the side, and you ain't shit. No, I'm gonna tell you, bro. I don't know how many white people he hung out with that don't listen to rap that told him his raps are fire, but that shit ain't it. And if Tony Khan don't want to tell you, Swole, you right. Y'all need more diversity, because I would never let that black man go out there and embarrass him or the culture like that. Hey, somebody get Shannon Sharp or Stephen A. Smith out there, man. They need a little sauce up in them.
Wait a minute. Hold on, wait a minute. First and foremost, the GLW, we love our Caucasian people, okay?
Yes, we do. Yes, we do. By
we
the
do,
way,
we
that
do.
theme song by Hook, Action Bronson, that's my motherfucking shit. Action Bronson, get your country ass up there and show him how to do that shit. But Max
Hey,
Caster,
for
you
real,
sit
hey,
your
for
ass
real.
down. You sit your ass down. Ritz, my motherfucking guy. Eminem, Marshall Mathers, White Chocolate, get your ass up here. 8 Mile in this bitch. But Max Caster, you take your ass back home. You sit the fuck down. You sit down. You sit down.
All right, man. We gonna move on. All right, I'll let you get that off.
Mac
We
Miller,
gonna
what's
get on
happening?
it. We go. Hey, no, rest in peace, Mac Miller.
Gang.
Yeah,
Big
yeah,
man.
no, rest in peace. Yeah, man. Old man, he ain't here no more.
Yeah.
Ah, man. All right, man. So,
Joe says,
Statlander
hey,
Rev.
ho, ho. What's up, Joe?
Hey, what up, y'all? Oh man.
You got me all fired up.
I didn't do it. I didn't do it. It was Tony Khan. He put this out on Rampage. It happened. It showed up on the show, so we had to talk about it.
Hey,
It's
TK, I love you, but damn.
It's a part of what we do.
For sure. Hey, what they say? Just joke. I mean, I'm for real, but just joke.
Yeah, I'm about to say, I
For
know
real.
you were serious. About 98% about half the shit you said. I know you was for real. All right, man. Man of the Year cut a promo on Cody Rhodes and Sammy Guevara. You know what? I'm tired of seeing them talk. I will say this, man. I am tired of seeing these two talk. I need to see more action. Because they're starting to get stale to me. Like it's like I'm not even really interested anymore, and I don't want to feel that way because I like these two and I want to see more from them, and I want to see them do more. So it's this is I need more than just them talking. I've heard them talk enough. Damn, I want them to shut up. Shut up. Just shut the hell up and go to the ring. Go do something. All right. Hell, go wrestle. I don't want to hear y'all talk anymore. I don't want to hear Dan Lambert anymore. I don't want to hear Ethan Page talk. I don't want to hear Scorpio Sky talk. Go wrestle in the ring, please. Just go do some damn wrestling. That's what I want from them. That's what I want to see. And I want to see them more involved physically and not just yapping at the goddamn mouth. Then we got Ricky Starks. He started cutting a promo about Jay Lethal coming out and interfering in this match. And then Jay Lethal, and I told you, I say 2022, we gonna see some Jay Lethal. We gonna see Jay Lethal. Ain't no way you sign this boy and you ain't gonna see some Jay Lethal. So we got some. So Jay Lethal, him and Ricky Starks, they had a war of words. But obviously, we're going to get a match out of these two, and I'm really looking forward to that. So, I want to see more. I want to see them do more with Jay Lethal, man. So 2022, man, definitely, put these guys out here and let's see what's going on. And then, of course, man, in the main event, man, we got the new defending champion, tag team champion, AEW tag team champions, Jurassic Express. They were defending their tag team championships for the first time against Dark Order's John Silver and Reynolds. And, this was a really good match. It was a really good match. Two teams we like. We definitely are happy to see Jungle and Jurassic Express get the tag team championships. I've been saying, it's time for your OGs in the tag team division to get some shine. Like everybody kind of need to get the belt. My one disappointment before I get to this main event about Lucha Bros is the fact that they spent most of their time fighting FTR. They fought a few other people, but it was too much time on FTR. I get it at this point because FTR beat them for the AAA championships, but I would have liked to seen Santana and Ortiz go up against the Lucha Bros. Like they were setting that up and we didn't get it. And I was really disappointed about that. So that was the one lackluster thing. And I understand Ray Phoenix was out for a minute, but he came back. They still wrestled enough to where they could have did something with a couple of other teams. So that was my one disappointment about the Lucha Bros title run. I'm not mad that they are the champions. The Young Bucks got the championships, and now Jurassic Express. With Trent being back, I expect the Best Friends to be building themselves up to get a run at the championship. But even with the addition of some new people, that battle. They'll have people to battle with, and it's going to be interesting. But to get it back to this match of Jurassic Express and Dark Order and see Reynolds and Silver, they were one of the early tag teams when they came in. They really wasn't seen much, but now they've over the last couple of years they have definitely jumped that bar of where they thought people thought they were going to be. They've definitely leaped that bad boy, and they're higher, much higher up on the card. And to see them get this opportunity in a main event match for the championship against Jurassic Express, and like I said, I was more of just in all really of just that, So to see that Tony Khan is taking care of some of the OGs, the originals, yeah. I get what Big Swole is saying at some point, and I want to get your thoughts on this, but I understand what Swole is saying, but it's at the same time, I was happy as hell to see the Lucha Bros get the championships. Like, I'm happy as hell to see Jurassic Express get the championships. Like, it was cool to see SCU win the first ever tag team championships. Like, it was cool to see Hangman Page. Like everybody that has won so far, I have not had a problem with them winning. Maybe not having enough matches with some of the other tag teams and really building the tag team division a little bit more than what it is. Yeah, I can critique that, but like I say, to miss out on a rivalry match, a really good match between two teams, Santana and Ortiz and the Lucha Bros, that really could have been something. I think that really could have been something, and I know they've had matches before. I wanted to see this for the first time. For me, I've never seen them, so I definitely wanted to see them. And I want my boys Santana and Ortiz to get into this mix too. So they're definitely one of the originals. So with all of that, man, franchise, main event match, Jurassic Express won. Everything that I said, everything that you're thinking, give it to the people before we get out of here, man.
Well, really quick, did we go for the women's match or did we talk about that already?
I kind of skipped over the women's match. Rose and Ford and Bunny won, but that's because Statlander and Hirsch just couldn't. They're building to something with them too, and it cost them the match. I wasn't really a big fan of the match, but I didn't mean to skip over it. But we got to talk.
No. Fuck that match. I want to know. Do you think that'd be what do you think of the possibility? Well, not the possibility, because obviously we're gonna get it. Do you think that it'll be a good match between Hirsch and Statlander? I think that match is gonna be slept on. I think that's gonna be. I like.
Well, they've already had a match and it wasn't bad.
Really? Oh shit. Okay. Well, never mind.
But it caught people off guard. So I think, now it's like, and considering how they were supposed to be friends, but later Hirsch really seems to be turning more heel than anything, just by the stuff that she's doing more than what Statlander is. But I think it's that, she feels she's undersized and people don't give her a chance and don't give her a shot. And, that I got to prove myself is coming out. And I don't have a problem with that. That's a good storyline for her to get herself over and to prove how good she really is. Because Layla Hirsch, no matter how small she is, the girl got work. Man, don't you be surprised. Right. Don't you be surprised. That girl got some work for you. So I could definitely see that aspect building into something for Statlander and maybe costing Statlander a potential title match against a certain someone. We're definitely going to get, because we're going to get that mixed tag match first. Then we'll get the one-on-one match.
All right, but shit. Sorry to throw you off. I threw myself off a little bit.
No, you're all right.
Who the hell was who the hell was in the main event again?
Oh, the tag team match, man. The tag team title match.
Right.
Jurassic Express, Dark Order, Silver and Reynolds.
Yo, bro. Okay. I like these two teams that go. First of all, John Silver and Reynolds, dude, underrated as shit. When when Dark Order gets the tag team titles, whenever they do, them two, they better be the ones to do it. I love Evil Uno, but I need them two. Johnny Hungy, that's my dog. That's my dog for sure. Now,
That's a spirit animal.
Luchasaurus. right. Hey, fuck you. Hey, I had to think about the visual. My stupid ass. Yeah. I get it. Oh, wait.
Oh shit! Go ahead, man. My bro.
Somewhere in the alternate universe, I am a white, beefy man. Hey, shout out Johnny Hungy, man.
Hell no, man. Leo, come get your boy, man. Come get your boy.
Hey, man. Hey, look. Hey, it is what it is. I am who I am.
Man.
But nah, man. The matches are good every single week, though. Jungle Boy, to me, he proves more and more each week, man. The guy is a fucking star, dude. Like, I'm enjoying this run. With Jurassic Express as tag team champions because we wanted it. Luchasaurus, I love Luchasaurus, but man, Jungle Boy, he the one. He is the fucking one. He is truly a diamond in the rough. Now, you talk about the 4 pillars and all that. You talk about somebody that could lead the company. Now, Jungle Boy, I understand. He's undersized. I get it. I understand he's not the most flashy competitor you will ever see. I understand he doesn't cut a super crazy promo, but dude, look how fucking over this dude is. The guy not only can wrestle his ass off, which makes fans out of the men, but the dude handsome as shit. This dude got every motherfucking woman 16 and above. You know what I'm saying? Rooting for him, So the guy's got something. Not to mention you're a champion and you got Anna Jay. Not that matters, but I just had to put that out there. So it's just like, man, bro, but he's seriously got something. I wish I knew. I know what it is. He has it. That guy has it. And I cannot wait. To see this guy become AEW World Champion one day. And this is the same dude that lasted with Chris Jericho. I believe, what was it? Was it a 20-minute Iron? No, not 20-minute Iron Man. Wasn't it like a 20-minute match or something like that he had with Jericho? And just like try to last or whatever the hell. So I mean, even Jericho just put the guy over. So for a guy like Jericho to let a guy,
the match he had with MJF was awesome.
Exactly, and my thing is like the dude looks believable against anybody. You put him in there with a big dude like MJF, believable. You put him in there with, somebody like a Powerhouse Hobbs, it's believable. Now, I don't think he's going to necessarily win per se, but if he did win, it's not like, oh, why the fuck Jungle Boy win? They're like, nah, man, he's that damn good. So, man, yeah, overall, the match is great. Love the chemistry between these two teams. I'm curious to see, though, when my boys Proud and Powerful gonna get them things, because I feel like it's long overdue. I love the Lucha Bros, my guys, but it's been way long overdue for Proud and Powerful.
Yeah, it has, man. But Jungle Boy. I get that Vince doesn't think undersized people are great performers or entertainers or draw for your company, but when you look at a Shawn Michaels, when you look at a Bret Hart, when you look at a Daniel Bryan, when you look at a CM Punk, when you look at a Kurt Angle, when you look at a Stone Cold Steve Austin, because I don't think Austin's really that tall. When you look at some of these guys that they weren't the big Hulk Hogan 6'6", 6'7", big muscle and just simple moves. They were actual wrestlers. They told stories in their match of what they did, and that's the thing that really made them more popular. It wasn't the fact that Austin was 6'6". It's the fact that Austin was a middle finger, beer drinking, ball stunning son of a gun, and we all loved it. The Rock was an arrogant asshole. Okay, The Rock's like 6'6", yeah, but he wasn't like bulky, but The Rock was athletic. He could move, he could do a lot of stuff, and he was entertaining. So the fact that you had and Kurt Angle, my God, Kurt Angle, yeah. Kurt Angle might have had the body that Vince McMahon loved, but Kurt Angle was short as shit, but he can go in the ring with anybody. And now look, you got a Johnny Gargano, you got a Finn Balor, you got an AJ Styles, you got all these Adam Cole, you got all these guys. And these are what the people want because these guys bring excitement. And a Jungle Boy, a Darby Allin, they're just that new era coming up. And yeah, like you, I love Jurassic Express, like Luchasaurus, but Jungle Boy is definitely that guy I want to see, moving forward. Uh, but before we get out of here, man, I gotta touch note that the Cincinnati Bengals just won their first playoff game since 1991. Even though they're not from Cleveland, but I gotta give a
What?
shout out to I gotta give a shout out, man, to the other city in Ohio, man. I gotta give them some, I gotta
Yeah.
give some salute, man. So um, congratulations to the Cincinnati Bengals for winning that game. But man, yeah, Rampage. That was the show. That was SmackDown. We gave y'all about a good hour and a half of just joking, talking about a whole bunch of stuff, and just doing what we do. But um, next week, man, we got a couple of matches we're looking forward to. I actually am looking forward to the Spears versus CM Punk. Definitely looking forward to the mixed tag match. And just man, yeah, it's wrestling. It's next week. It's AEW. What do you got for me? What do you got?
Man, like you said, man, I'm ready. I'm ready to rock and roll, So, hey, man, look, it was a good week of wrestling this week, man. I mean, I even watched Impact.
Well, Impact was well, man. Hold on, it wasn't a
I
great
even
week.
watched
NXT was
Impact.
NXT.
I even watched Impact, bro. What's crazy? I actually sat here for probably the first time since Matt Hardy was a part of Impact and actually
Damn,
watched a whole show. I
damn,
was
dude.
like,
Couldn't have been that bad.
what? I was like, yeah, man. Oh, really quick, Earl, he had said something about earlier in the show. He said he wanted to know really quick before we get off, what are our thoughts about Moose challenging Roman Reigns, and will Vince go for it as far as the whole Forbidden Door thing? To me,
No,
hey, you already bringing over Mickey James. I know that's a little bit of a
no,
different story,
no.
but
Mm-mm,
you don't think so?
no.
Really?
One, no, because Moose ain't bad. Like Moose is good. He ain't, and I don't trust WWE's booking of him.
I was just thinking that when I said it out loud, I'm like, yeah, because they ain't gonna make Roman. Roman ain't
I
losing.
I don't trust the booking of
Yeah,
WWE. If Impact
yeah,
had some impact on the booking, then I,
yeah.
I would feel a little comfortable with it. But if this is WWE booking, Moose is about to look bad, and I doubt it. And he better not accept it. And no, no, yeah, no. Mm-mm.
Yeah. For they turn the wrestling god into the wrestling. I don't know.
And that's the
One of
thing.
the
And that's
12
another
wise
thing. The
men.
wrestling guy, like, yeah, nah, man, because Moose is a beast, and you gotta let him be a beast. And are you gonna give props to another company that's Impact? Like, get me wrong, you gonna give Impact that much prop, like that they can hang with your champion like that? Like, I don't know. I can't see it. I can't see it. If you say if Moose would go to AEW, even though he had a match with Kenny Omega, and he had a pretty good match with Kenny Omega, but he probably would have a better shot in AEW than he would in WWE.
Oh yeah, for sure, for sure. All right. Well, with that being said, man, bro, I ain't gonna talk your head off anymore, ladies and gentlemen. As always, man, it's the 28-year-old piece of gold. He's too cold. And until next time, man, we will see you when we see you. And that's the bottom line because the franchise says so. Peace.